How are we doing, Patreon? So here are 4 tricks I've learned in the last 2 years that most people aren't aware of when I deliver talks. So first one is the ability to take whatever I'm looking at in this camera and give it to you no matter what build you're on, what stream you're on in Perforce, even if you're on an older version of the file, as long as you are in the same project. What I see, if I see an issue here and I want to tell you about that issue, we don't need bookmarks. Bookmarks can easily get lost in a game dev studio. What's a 100% way we can have the same camera angles in our scene? What we can do is we can go to the console down here. We can type in bug, B-U-G-I-T. Nothing will happen, but on your clipboard, a code or coordinate system has been pasted to you. So as you can see, I've got some here. We're in a different scene, so I'm going to paste them in here. And what I recommend is when you do this, pick about, a few different areas if you are working on a scene and put it onto the Miro. And I'll just give it an obvious font. And then let's say we're on the same Miro and I want to see the area you've sort of done for me. So I click this, I press Control C, I go into Unreal. I'm somewhere else in the world. I want to go check out your problem. I go into the console, Control V, boom. I appear in the exact same location. So it's great for debugging, but it's also good for, as you can see, I saved a bunch of camera angles here from a relight I'm doing. These aren't like your main render camera angles. They're more like places in the level that you want to refer back to as you're relighting or working on something for your environment. And if you want to report an issue to somebody, you can sort of do that as well. Next one is, let's say we have a color theory, and color theory is, let's just say, purple key lights and green accent lights. And you want to make sure that it's consistent across your team. What you can do is, when you are constantly picking lights and put them into colors, once you've got your color set, just drag in here. Okay, this one, drag up here. Okay. Once you do that in this session, you will basically be able to, just get the same color each time and not have to try and match it by eye or have, slight shades of green that are all different. So this can be good, very good for consistency, especially when you're lighting across a team and you have a set amount of colors that you're trying to work on. Next piece of advice is if you have 2 types of light, so a spotlight, a point light, you can't change the settings of them at the same time. However, if you were to open Window, Light Mixer will show you every light in your level, sub-level, or scene. You can change the filter to be only sub-level or entire scene. This is where you can, for example, select both your lights, and basically now you can access the settings, change them at the same time. See? This is also a great view for when you are lighting levels, when you have lots of lights and you want to make sure the naming conventions are good. There's no settings that are crazy. You can see these are the things I've added: the LOD distance, lighting channel, light color, intensity, cast shadow. If you right click here, you can add any sort of settings. So this gives you the ability to have a holistic view of your lighting so that you know that your lighting is really organized and consistent and has no crazy values like a 5,000, 6,000 attenuation radius. And that will sort of take you a long way. Well, I think that's about it, really. So the buckets to teleport, the colors, the light mixer as well. Other than that, just make sure you're doing all the other stuff we spoke about with sub levels and all that jazz. But yeah, we'll do another tip video in the future. Hope this helps. Maybe there's something here that you weren't aware of. Maybe you did. But either way, see you guys in the next one.